hit the thumbs up, that's a like. Then hit subscribe and hit that bell and watch my whole video.
Hey, would you like to learn how to make your very own paper chameleon? Just watch. Hey, welcome to Mr. Smith's Art Room. This is our middle of the week edition. I'm going to try to show you how to create a chameleon out of construction paper, a little glue, scissors, some of the ways of shaping paper. Let's get started. All right, you're going to need some straight edge yardstick. I think at least 18 inches. I can't find my yardstick, so I'm going to use my level. You're going to need a piece of red construction paper. Not much, probably 8.5 by 11. Another 8.5 by 11 piece of green paper, and one 12 by 18 inch piece of green paper. Scissors, pencil. I'm going to use a Sharpie because of cameras and making sure you can see my lines, and then a regular 12-inch ruler and some good old Elmer's glue. All right, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this paper, I'm going to hold it in a vertical position, and I am going to fold it in half. I'm going to try to get my corners matched up as even as possible, and then I'm going to crease it very sharply down the middle. Okay, I'm going to take my large piece of construction paper, I have it in a horizontal position. I'm going to slowly roll it over until my corners meet. Once my corners meet, I'm going to crease it to the left, crease it to the right. Take my straight edge. I'm going to have my straight edge go from one corner to the next. Come in a little bit closer so that you can see. Bring it down. Straight edge, one corner to the next. If it's not exactly precise, it's okay, as long as you have some sort of diagonal. Okay, and I do. Now, I'm going to cut on the line. I always try to tell my kids, when you're cutting, try to make sure your paper gets all the way in to the inside part of the scissor. A lot of times, some kids try to cut on the tip. Open this up. Now, my center line, this line right here, that's my target. I'm going to start bending this side, and I'm bending into the center line. I'm starting from the small side and working my way all the way up to the top, making sure it's in that crease. Once you have it in that crease, you may crease it to the left, crease it to the right. You're going to have a little bit hanging out here. That's okay. We're going to use this later on. Now I'm going to turn it the opposite direction. Going to do the same thing again. Starting from the tip of his tail, I'm bending it to the center line. Both sides are going to meet. And I'm going to crease it to the left, crease it to the right. If it's not exactly precise, it's okay, as long as it's close and nothing's overlapping. All right. Now I'm going to open it up, and I am going to close it again, and it's going to kind of look like an airplane. But what I'm going to do, this line right here, we're going to call this the finish line. We're going to cut about 1-inch slits to that finish line. Now you can pass it a little bit, but you must at least reach it. I always try to tell my students, it's like you're running a race and you get all the way to the finish line and you don't cross. Well, you must cross. You gotta cross the line. Even if you're not first, you got to complete the race. I'm almost at the end, running out of room. Just make sure you don't cut the little tail off. All right, got that done. Open it back up. We can see that we have these slits in here now. Now, if we were to put this together like this and just hold it, we could do what I call the slinky test. That's the slinky test. And if you can do the slinky test, you're in great shape. Done our slinky test and we know that the tail's working well. We are going to put some dots of glue on one side, little tiny baby dots of glue all the way down. Then I'm going to let one side come over top of this side, and I'm going to give it a nice pinch until the glue sets up. And we'll go up and down the whole thing, pressing. Nice thing about paper, paper's pretty resilient. Even if you press it, bend it, it will come back. And as you see, my tail is working very well. All right, for the next step, we're going to make legs. And instead of making these legs one at a time, I'm going to take this paper and fold it over. And then we will cut this out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, one more, 4. We will cut this out. And then we'll have 4 legs. We just want to make sure that when we do this, I'm going to draw 2 straight vertical lines, and I'm going to make 3 toes by drawing a puffy cloud shape. I'm going to cut everything out together. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. Slowly turn my scissor. So I can get all of my toes, all 3 toes. Cut that to the end. And go up here. So following my line. Now when we glue this, we're going to glue it and make sure the black line on that one is on the bottom side so we don't see it. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I have my 4 legs. I have my tail. What's next? Creating his head. I have my piece that's 8.5 by 11 inches. I'm going to fold it in half. Get it as close as possible. Crease it. Open it back up. Now, I know everybody has made an airplane at one time or other. Well, I'm going to fold this side to the center line, much like you do when you're making an airplane. I'm going to do the same over here. Bring that as close as possible. crease it. Now I'm going to take my scissor. I'm going to go straight across there. All I want to do is to get this top part off. The top part that I folded over, that's all I want to get. Okay, I got it. Now we're going to open this up. We see we have a crease right in the middle. That crease is my line to cut. And once I cut this, I will have 2 squares. Now they're already creased on one side. What we want to do is now, let's get a little closer. We're going to also fold them going the opposite direction. Now if it doesn't exactly match up, it's okay, as long as it's close. Have a crease there and a crease there. Okay, that's going to be one. Same thing here. I'm going to now fold this so I have creases crossing each other. Looks like an X going straight up and down the middle. And they kind of look like pyramids when you look at them, but we're going to make them look even more like pyramids. One line, one of these lines I'm going to cut from the end to the top. One slit. That's all I have to do is make one slit. All right, that's one. We'll do the same thing over here. One slit from the end to the middle. Now what I'm going to do is take this and fold it over like that, and it really becomes a pyramid. Let's get my glue. Remember, small little baby dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One in the center. Oh, a little one on the end, one in there. All right. Now, I'm going to push this over so it goes right on top. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Alright, and I'm still going to do a little bit more squeezing and pinching. Okay, I'm going to set that one down there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'll put my tiny little baby dots of glue around the perimeter and inside. Push this one on top. Line it up. Start pinching. Silent count to 10. All right. A little bit more pinching. I have the 2 parts of my head, and I'll be putting them together and be like that. Okay. Time for the tongue. Small piece of red paper, about the same size, 8.5 by 11. I'm going to just put my ruler right here, and I'm going to draw a straight line to the edge. Cap back on my marker. I'm going to cut this off. All I want is the little red piece. Now, the very end, I'm going to draw a V, an upside down V. I'm going to cut the V off. Okay, that's going to be my tongue. Last thing I need to do, at least before I glue this, I'm going to take the tongue and I'm going to wrap it around a marker. You can do it around a marker, pencil. You can even do it around your finger. Now, back in the day, I used to teach what we're actually doing is a curl. You would take your scissor and you pull it like this. And that, as you see, that really makes a curl really nicely. I need to make 2 eyes. I have a piece of paper, a little scrap piece of paper. I fold it in half. I'm going to draw an oval. Now I'm going to cut it out. And because they're 2 pieces of paper, fold it together. Once I cut this out, I will have 2 little ovals on this side, so all we see is the white. Now, time to assemble. I think I am going to start with the head. Now, I need a little band-aid, so I need another little scrap of paper. Just any little scrap. So I'll make a little band-aid. I'm going to fold this in half, just like this. You want to put some glue, 5 dots, and I'm going to turn one of my little pyramids, or the top of his head, upside down. I'm going to make sure this goes all the way down. And I'm going to pinch it and squeeze it tightly. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. This time I'm going to make sure it goes over top. 1, 2. Oh, I put 6 on that time. That's okay. Now we need to match them up. Pyramid to pyramid. Very good. Make sure they're touching. Squeeze this in the back. Looks like I have this a little piece that's hanging out. I will cut that as soon as this glue sets up. You won't see it once we attach, but this is your head. I'm going to draw some pupils on my eyes, corneas, color them in. Okay. Now, I'm going to put dots here, dots there. Open up so I can really hold it and squeeze it. I do need a little bit up here. Sorry about that. Just a tad there. Okay, that's good. Next, the tongue. I'm going to glue the tongue to the back. Now, I'm going to turn the legs to the flat side. And remember this one, that's the one that we drew on. We don't want to see that. And see, normally you're going to be looking at it from this position. So I'm going to put that leg down and I'm going to put 4 little dots. Stick it right there. Squeeze it tight. while I'm holding with that hand, I'm going to use my other hand and pour a little dot the rest of them. Ooh, knocked the head off. I'm sorry. Okay, I got 2. Pressing hard. Pinching, trying to get the glue to set up. Sometimes Elmer's glue is just like he says. Elmer's glue. A little slow. I'm going to put him down so I can hold these while I put this on. Pinching, holding, pinching, holding. Okay. Almost there. Now, remember this little part I said that we had was hanging up here? Well, we're going to use that. I'm going to fold it back and fold it back. We're going to use that to connect to the head. Head, come on, head. I'll close you up for a minute. Now I'm going to grab this part right here and this part right there, and try to get it so you can see it. There we go. And I'm going to hold it very tightly until this glue sets up. And I think we've got it. Perfect. Oh boy, he looks nice. Turn him sideways, bending him, making him look like he's moving. See how he looks next to my other one. Oh boy, they're playing together.
Oh boy, my chameleons are having a great time playing together. I think I'm going to take them for a ride. But before I do, I want you to make sure that you hit that like button on my video, subscribe to my channel, come back again, and share my video with a friend. Now let's go outside and see my chameleons have a ride.